was, or ever having that as a goal, growing up. I never thought I would have a nonprofit, let alone be having a real estate license. But um, I was really just riding down the street one day, and just out the blue, I was just thinking like, I want to, I want to give back to girls my age, younger. I want to give back and just be that beacon of light for someone. I know I was in a dark, dark place, like many of us, I'm sure. And I wanted to be that source, or, be that outlet for women. People ask me all the time, do you do stuff for children, or do you do, why you don't include men? And, I just feel like that was my calling for women. It was women, strong women who created me, who guided me and directed me, not, throwing men under the bus or anything like that, but the love and the guidance that I've received all my life has come from women. And I just felt like that was my calling, was to be there and to help women in any way. I just feel like women, Black women especially, are already just, demographically, financially put at the bottom of every statue. And I just wanted to give back in that aspect to women, not just a particular race, but because I am a Black woman, of course, our women, but all women. Women are the backbones of the family. Women are really the forefront. The man, some say, runs the household, but most of these households are ran by women. So I wanted to show that I was, raised by a single woman. I evolved through a single woman, and I'm, a single woman as well. But married women, my aunts, my cousins, those are the women who instilled what's inside of me. My grandmother, basically raised me. So I wanted to get an organization started to help women, to guide them, to nurture them, to love them, to just whatever I had inside of me to give, I wanted to bring that to my organization. So when somebody told me, you can start a nonprofit, you can, really make this official. So it really just started with a toy drive for Christmas. Me and one of my closest friends and the president of Willing Women Royal Dynasty, I told her, I want to do a toy drive. A lot of people were struggling around Christmas time. It really started like that, and then it evolved into prayer group, community cleanups, food banks, giving back. Then we started doing events, and it's just been going ever since then.
That's amazing, because you know what, at the end of the day, regardless of whether you're married or single, and that's pretty much what I did for the little virtual summit we did a couple of weeks ago. But it was married or single, I am a woman empowered. And I think that as women, we definitely need to embrace that aspect, because we do wear multiple hats. We do make huge contributions, inside our household, in the community, in the workplace. So being able to have someone who kind of understands that and wants to champion it, is really huge for you. As a young woman, this is not something you just recently started, because you guys have been doing this for some time, correct?
Right. Almost 6 years.
What year?
Almost 6 years.
Oh, that's good. So you were what, 23 then, right? 22, 23? Yeah. So to even see that need was huge. And so, one thing when I talk about, women empowering women, that's what we say, women who are empowered empower other women. So to position people, to look at cleaning up your community, to position people to look at, what are your skill sets? What are your goals? What are some things that I can support you in? I really love that, you guys have done that type of thing. And to be able to do it with your friend, I'm sure was even better, that you guys can, brainstorm and put some things together, and then, see the fruit that you're bearing by, putting something together that started out one way and it just keeps growing and growing.
True.
So now tell us about being a real estate agent. How did you get involved in that?
So last year, I obtained my real estate license, which really has been a goal for a couple of years as well. I know many people probably might not know, but maybe heard of someone trying to obtain their license. The test, a lot of people always say the test is very difficult, and it just wasn't something just easy to do. So a couple years ago, again, before I even opened my second business because I am an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I started business in 2 days, y'all. I just love business, but I tried to get my license around the same time Will and Women. I guess I was just going through some kind of transformation during that time because that's when I originally signed up for real estate classes. And so, I went through the class, passed the class, and, it was time to take the state exam. And it was like, oh, wow, I didn't pass. I really gave up. I took the test, and I was like, oh, my God, this test is so hard. And I just really gave up on it. After that, I opened a glam shop. I just became like this beauty guru kind of. I just, got all off track of real estate because I failed a test. So last year, 2019, after the shop, I learned somewhat, and I'll talk about that later, just opening a business. And I opened a storefront in Macon, Georgia. And I still felt a void. I still feel like, I love my shop. I love the women who are part of this shop. I love the community. I love making, but it's something I'm missing. Everywhere I go, oh, you own the shop. You own the shop. And, that wasn't for me. It wasn't fulfilling me. And I was like, God, what next? What am I supposed to be doing? I kept seeing real estate signs everywhere. Like every street I turned, every corner I was on, I saw businesses. And it was more commercial signs, actually. I just saw for sale, for lease. And I was like, oh, you got to try to take this test again. So I got the book. I got the book back out after 3 or 4 years, I think. And I called. I was like, I passed my real estate exam. Can I still take the test? And they were like, yeah, you can just, go to the state board, go to the little state exam and try to take it. So I failed again. And I was like, God, I thought you was giving me a sign. Like, I thought I was supposed to be doing real estate now. Like, what's up? So I studied again. This is all in 2019. Had the shop rolling. I think it was like prom season. So we were real busy around prom. Everyone getting makeup, lashes. We did all that at my shop. So it was just, I was trying to study, with the kids. It was towards the end of the year. And I was like, what is going on? I thought I was doing good, taking time, studying. And I failed the test again. I cried. I think that's the hardest cry. I think it was worse than my in labor cry. That was the worst cry ever when I failed a test. And I was like, why can't I pass this? I know this information. Like, I know I'm not dumb. I'm very intelligent. I know I can pass this test. So I prayed again. I fasted. I prayed. I really just took I got off social media. I took some real deep, a long time, probably it was like 21 days, and I decided to close my business. And that was like a shock to everyone. Everyone loved the shop. It was Black Rose. Everyone loved it. I loved it, but it was time for a door to close, and I really didn't know. Like, I did all this work to open the shop. How am I going to close the business? And I just up and closed it. I talked to the girls who were a part of it, and I let them know how I'm feeling. Some were very upset with me. I lost some friendship, but at the end of the day, I had to do what was important and what was best for my life at that moment. The very next day, and I get chills when I say this, the very next day, I closed my shop on June 2nd, the same day I went into business. I was in business for 2 years. On June 3rd, I took my real estate exam and I passed my test and got my license.
Wow.
It was exactly one day, Angela, and it's still mind-boggling to this day how I closed my business. I got the lights cut off. I told the light, George Pryor, cut the lights off on this day, do that. I went to the place. I took the test and I got my license the very next day.
But you know what? I mean, you've said so much really in just speaking about all of that. I mean, so much that people can get empowered from. Number one, about not being afraid to step out and pursue your passion. Even when you fail, still keep going, because I think that for so many people, we get easily discouraged. And so when you see a roadblock or when you get a rejection or when you see that, people don't support you, sometimes you kind of give up on your dreams. So it's not to say that your business, like you said, was doing well. Y'all were being successful. You had, people coming in, buying stuff, getting glammed up, getting ready. As a matter of fact, I think on your page, I saw y'all had billboards and everything. So, I mean, that's a level of success that most people don't even achieve, you know, to be able to have that kind of success in a business, but to still say that even doing so, you still had a void because that really wasn't what God had put in your heart to do. So to fast forward, to be able to say that, not that I failed the test once, not that I failed the test twice, but when I made up my mind and said, you know what, I'm just going to close this door because I know what God has for me, and then to officially make that move, because a lot of people talk about it, but they don't want to give up the security of a good business, you know, and the fact that you gave it up, took the test the next day, that's huge. That's huge for anybody listening to the story. You know, you need to reevaluate and don't let things, you know, keep you from pursuing God's best, because bottom line, just because something is good doesn't mean it's the greatness God has for you. So that's my takeaway. I don't know what y'all takeaway is, but that's my takeaway from that.
All right. So yeah, now it's been a year since I did that. I just celebrated like 1 year being a real estate agent. I've sold, I think, 9 houses so far. So I think that was a very good first year, and I've learned so much. My whole life has truly changed within a year. I became, again, a new being and evolving, and I can't wait to talk about evolving because it's been just a blessing to be in the position I am now, to be in the spaces I'm in now, the rooms that I'm in now compared to where I was 5-6 years ago. I'm just very grateful for where I'm at, and I love what I do. I've never did something, and you know, I was like, oh, I like doing this, I having fun doing this, but to actually everything that, and this is how I know it's just from God, and I just know it's purpose-driven life, because when it's something you're meant to do, it's just so natural. I don't even have to try to do it, or it just comes to me. I shock myself sometimes when I'm writing contracts or negotiating deals. Like, girl, this is really you. I sit back like, wow, you really did this. And I'm grateful to give myself that credit, because when we have our insecure moments, we have our, am I doing this right moments, and it's like, no, girl, you got this,
But that's good though, because, and I'm even gonna go back to say that for people who may have missed it, you said something powerful in that when the time came, when you failed it the second time, you fasted, you prayed about it. You talked to God and really said, if this is what you want me to do. And I don't think sometimes people realize how effective just that is, to really kind of lay it on the line and say, God, if this is what you have for me, then give me clarity, give me understanding, make sure that I'm aligning myself with where you want me to be at, and then making the decision, then following through with it, but now looking at it and saying, I'm so glad I took that step, because look at me now, I've evolved. I've, went from who I was, in this glam shop, who I was, still handling business, still, showing up, but now I've elevated it to a whole nother level where I'm having conversations with people that I wouldn't have been expecting to have conversations with. I'm handling business on a level with, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars worth of contracts. And I'm the person who is making that happen. Now, not only am I pursuing my dream, but I'm making dreams happen for other people.
Right.
So let's get into, first and foremost, before we do that though, help people understand how it was when people turned against you because you decided to close your shop. How were you able to navigate through that and still pursue what you knew was better for you?
And that was like, I think I called a therapist through that time. I had a life coach at that time. I was very lost, you guys, because like I said, this was a whole business. This was like, not just, and I don't take my businesses lightly anyway, but this was a whole structured storefront. I had employees, they're all self-employed, but this was a livelihood of other women that I had brought in who entrusted me to manage them and boss, not boss them around, but be their boss technically. And we started this, and it was like, how am I going to end this? What am I going to do? And I bonded with each of these women, and the shop brought so many. That was definitely meant to happen, because it started so much, and it brought so many women into my circle, into my presence, lessons, good and bad. So I'm never gonna say, it was something I wasn't supposed to do, but it was very difficult to end. You know, closing doors is hard. We hate closing doors. We hate ending stuff. We don't like saying bye. You know, people fall out on the floor at funerals, but we hate to say goodbye. But it's necessary sometimes. It's just a part of it, and it was definitely hard. I went through a very confusing time. I was confused. That's why I had to fast. I had to pray. I had to get on my knees. And like you said, and that is one of the most important parts. Before I can even say pass the real estate test or anything, that most important part of my journey was that intimate time with God. And we only go to Him, of course, most of us, when we absolutely need something from Him. But I still have to take that time and put it in my weekly and daily routines, because when I don't pray, when I don't spend time with Him, I'm off now. Because once you get into that, okay, God, we in this together, and you try to lead God sometimes, that ain't like those little booze and little boyfriends you could just not answer the phone for and not text back. You can't do God like that now. You can't do him like that, especially when He give you something too. He gonna be, y'all don't try that. So I have to still steadily, you know, I don't have my schedule just precise when I do. I do have a morning routine. I do have, you know, a little nightly ritual I try to keep up with, but I definitely have to set out in my schedule times with God. What me and God, what we got to talk about. And before I make decisions now, before I act on something, even when I meet somebody new, I have to, God, strengthen that discernment. I need to know, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? So at that point, I just had to be okay with it and know that I was going to be okay, because He already confirmed to me that greater was coming. So I could not worry, even though I had been with these girls for days and days. They had clientele built up, you know, and I had to tell them guys, you know, I'm so proud of you guys. We all started this, but this is not the end for you either. And all of them are just thriving right now. Like I just contacted them recently. We went out to celebrate the anniversary of the shop. I still like to celebrate because this was my baby. But I talked to them, and I know they're still doing makeup. They're still doing lashes. They're still booked. And so, y'all, that was just a part of the journey. It wasn't the end, you know. It was just a part of the journey.
But that's good, though, how you put it in. You know, for those who are just tuning in, you know, Brione is sharing just her journey, you know, from going to being a business owner and pursuing her passion and her dream of being a licensed real estate agent. And, you know, in the process, you know, just trusting God. And that's one thing that I believe people miss out, you know, because when you're looking at pursuing things that you want, it's not about us. You know, God has a greater purpose. And I think that in order for us to achieve it, we have to be obedient and still enough to listen to His voice. And I love that you said, you know, you've got a routine now where you're talking to God and you're waiting for discernment, and you speak to Him about, before you make decisions, before you know, meet new people, before you do anything, you're consulting with Him first. So, you know, that in and of itself lends a lot of power, and it gives you peace of mind, because now you're knowing that He's not going to give you anything wrong. You know, anything that happens is always working out for your good. So, you know, people say when they're talking about successful people, what do? You know, and you just said you got a routine that you do in the morning. You got a ritual that you do at night. But those small, consistent things are what keep you at the forefront of what you're doing. You know, that keeps you on top of being successful in the housing market. That keeps you on top of, you know, running a nonprofit organization. So in order to do all that, though, let's go to evolving. Share with them about your story of evolving and who you are.
So, that's our topic for tonight, evolving. And I really, you know, I look at my life and I definitely feel like that is a subject I just love to speak on, because, and I'm glad I have shared so much on social media, because people are like, you always posting on stuff, you know, you always posting, you always here, always there. Because I always, like you said, it's not about us. And I'm not perfect by a long shot. I don't want to sit here and, you know, talk about God, but I have to sit here and talk about God, because, you know, it is because of Him that I am who I am, and you see what you see now. So when I post these cars, when I post this material stuff that we love, I don't even want you to just be so wrapped up in that, but that's what y'all look at as blessings. But when I post even that stuff, that is through him. Like anything I have, anything you see, anything that I obtained, all the milestones I hit, it's because, like you said, of obedience. It's because of self-discipline. It's because of those late night crying and on the floor talking to him and telling him what I need. So I don't want to act like, oh, she just all holy now. She just all that. But I have to position evolving, and I just read the definition real quick because I love definitions now. I try to always define words and stuff. But evolving is develop gradually, especially from a simple to a more complex form. So I don't want to be simple. I want to be complex. I want to be defined. I want to be above and not beneath. I want to be exceeding abundantly. I want to, the things I want, the things I manifest, and the way I want to go, the no limits on my life, the world I want to see, I have to evolve. I have to be in rooms with different people. I cannot hang out with the same people I used to hang out with. I cannot go to places I used to go. Even though I do want to go have fun, see my girls sometimes to, have those fun moments, but my attitude has to change. The way I speak has to change. The way I look and dress has to change. Those things are a part of evolving. And that if you don't want to evolve, that's fine. If you don't want to be that type of woman, that's fine. You be who you are. But the type of woman I am, the empowered woman I want to be, I have to do these things. And people, I don't, it's not for everybody to understand. That was another thing I had to learn. Everyone won't support me. Everyone is not going to like me. Everyone is not going to tune into my Zoom. They're not going to share my posts. I am here for the people I'm supposed to be here for. The people who support me and the people I support, that's for my story. That's for me. What's for you is for you. So when you get so in tune and in love with yourself, I hug myself, I kiss myself, and I'm thankful for my life. I love the woman I'm becoming. I wasn't in this place. You don't know what I've been through. I was not in this place 7-8 years ago. If you would have seen, I wish I had a mirror or a little piece of light so you can see where I was in this place, why I am the way I am now because of what I went through. And I know it's women still in that same path I was in. They're still there. It's so many women right now abused. It's women in hotel. It made me, I was about to cry. It's so many women going through so much that y'all don't see on these social media screens. This sex trafficking is real. These violent, abusive men are real. Y'all didn't see the black eye. You don't see no black eye now, but I had black eye. I had crying children on my floor. Black eye. You didn't see that. So I have to be an empowered woman. I have to say what's in my heart to say to help pull the next woman up out of it. I have to be this.
That's good.
So, hate it or love it, this is who I am, and I love who I am, and I love what I'm going to continue to always do. I'm always going to be here for any woman. Any woman on this live, any woman in the world can call my phone right now. If I can do something to help her, I will. Forever. That's forever what I do.
That's good. And I didn't start in the beginning of telling you how we met, but we wound up being on the same platform. Back in January, actually, it seemed like it's been so long ago, but it was just in January, and I had the opportunity to hear her story, and I knew then that this was somebody that I want to be connected to just because, just to see you as a young woman to get it. Because some people don't get it. Some people don't understand that it requires more, to get to where you want to be at. And like you say, everybody's not going to do it. And it doesn't mean that you're better. It doesn't mean that you're different. It doesn't mean that you have it easier. But it does require you to make a decision. And then it requires you to do what other people aren't willing to do. We're so complacent, Sometimes we get so complacent that we're so scared to go for anything better. So we just stay where we are, even though you're miserable and unhappy. And for women who are in those positions, it makes your heart sad. It makes you want to cry because it's better. But if they don't see it for themselves, it's hard to pull them from it. You can tell somebody they're beautiful every day of the week. You can tell somebody is somebody better. You know, you don't deserve, you deserve something better. You can say all that, but until they feel that themselves enough to get just a little bit of strength to make a move, you know what I'm saying? Then they got to get themselves together to make that next move, and it takes a lot. So for you, you know, to be able to share that, I want you to kind of, you know, give them an idea of what your thought process was. You know, how were you able to, you know, get yourself to where you could be in a better space to make better choices and decisions?
So yeah, I had kids like at 18, and my first child was at 18. So right after high school, I had a baby like right after. I didn't even go to college, and I started college in August, but I had her in January, so I really didn't even finish my first semester of college. And so I went from like, you know, all A's and B's in school, student council president, you know, head on my shoulders kind of thing, and I'm going to be in the sorority, going to be this, until, okay, one baby, bam, 2 years later, bam, another baby. So it was like, wow, what happened to going to college and doing, you know, all my friends, the ones I hung out with, they were all in school. So I, you know, trying to be grown, I knew I want to be grown, I, you know, in the streets with the girls, want to go out and party all the time. Like, I went through that little stage too. So it was like dating all the wrong guys, definitely dating the wrong type of men. And I don't know what point it got just so bad, because when I look back now, I was like, I can't believe you took your mama and family through all it. But it was just maybe the Lord, I guess, that just really like, girl, wake up. And because I always worked, I always knew, even as a child, I had businesses as a child. So I always knew that I wanted to be successful. But after that point, after the kids and just being a young single mother, I guess that was just my determination. That was just the thing that put me, because I don't want to just say kids, because, you know, some people don't have children. So some people always use kids as their motivation, but I can't just say it was that. It was just something, I guess, inside of me that knew. And you know, and that's every woman. I can't even just, like I said, I can't just say it was because of my kids I did this. You know, with or without children, there is something inside of you. And I feel like God has, everyone has a special gift. So it's something in you, no matter who you are or what situation you're in. There's something in you that knows that you're supposed to be doing more. So I don't care if you're at McDonald's in the drive-thru or Walmart ringing up groceries, because, you know, people on the entrepreneurial wave, which is wonderful. But even if you're a sales associate, you're supposed to go in there being the best sales associate this company has. You're supposed to want to be the top producer wherever you are in any kind of field, because everyone can't be an entrepreneur. Everyone can't own a glam shop and do lashes. Everybody can't open a business and sell this and do that. Some people have to be in these structured companies to, you know, and you can still be successful doing that. So don't just think you have to be opening a shop to be somebody, because you don't. But you have that inside of you. And I guess I just got so you know, I don't know, I guess I got so broken down that I had to just build myself up. It just, I will say God, because I don't know at what moment I got fed up, because it was mistake after mistake. It was downfall after downfall. And I guess I was at my wit's end. Like, I have to change my life. I have to be, of course, yeah, my kid, I have to be in a position to give my children better, to give myself. I don't deserve this. I need to get my life together. I guess that's what it was. I don't even know how to describe it, but it was just a turning point in my life to where I had to be better. So I was probably about 24, 25, and I still made mistakes along the way. Like I said, I opened a shop in just about 2 months because I thought that was my calling. So I still made mistakes, you know, along the way. But I don't know what's that turning point of evolving is, but that was the main one to where I opened a nonprofit. I started to start the businesses, and I knew that I had to get myself together.
Right.
So if
And
it takes, go ahead.
I think that a lot of people don't realize, but everybody, like you say, in your life, you have a defining moment where something happens and your choices could either be, let's do this or I'm gonna do that. And that can be the deal breaker. So for some people, I mean, because at the end of the day, you're not the only young woman who's gotten pregnant, you know what I'm saying, out of high school or in college, or, you know, had another baby, or, you know, chose to run a business and want to do something different. Those things happen to other women, but sometimes they can't pull themselves out of that. You know, they may get involved with the wrong men, you know, and sometimes you get involved with the wrong man over and over again. It's the same. I think we had a lady, we were doing a call, and she said, it's really the same person, just a different face. It's the same, you know, type of guy that you keep falling for, you know, but they just look, it's in a different body, but it's the same guy each and every time, you know. So, you know, at some point in time, we just realized, like, why am I still doing this to myself? Because I'm miserable. This is not what I want, you know. But at the same time, you saw that and you still made choices. You still decided that even in the midst of me making mistakes, even in the midst of me, you know, not being successful or having rejections and failures, I'm still gonna keep pushing. That's a lot. It says a lot about you as a woman. It says a lot about wanting to be empowered enough to say that this is not my destiny. I have more in store, you know, and being a mother, and you have 2 girls, right?
2 girls.
So being a mother of girls, you know, because I have 2 daughters, and sometimes, you know, it positions us sometimes to think that I've got to be a better example, you know, for my children. I've got to start doing things because now it's not just about me, you know, and like you say, people can use children as excuses, or they can use other things, but you still have to know in yourself that a change has to happen, because you just can't keep living like that, you know. And I see some of the people that have came on. We appreciate you ladies listening in. Piangela says, I had to come in and out of this broadcast. Oh, okay. So she can comment. The young woman is so aware of her strengths and weaknesses. It gives me hope for my older teens and young women I'm connected to. Go ahead, beautiful. You made lemonade out of your lemons. We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
That's good,
Thank you so much.
Yes, because you know, and what I love is that, you know, you started saying that you even amaze yourself, you know, being in positions of, you know, handling business on a different level. You know, now you're in rooms with different people. And I firmly believe that, you know, God positions us sometimes, you know, and right now, you know, people are saying that people know your name before you even enter into certain rooms.
Right.
So the connections that you're making, people are already going before you paving the way for you to get connected with other people who open doors for other things, you know. So how did you feel when you first started? Once you passed your test, once you got your license, once you got ready to get started, how did you feel stepping into that arena?
Yeah, it was very exciting. Like, I didn't know what to expect. This is like a whole different world for me. I've never had a family member in real estate. You know, a lot of people in real estate, their parents were in it. They were, I always, you know, watch HGTV with grandmas and aunties. So like I said, I was raised by some strong women. So the only real estate I knew about was signs in people's yards, the property brothers, and Love and Listed, you know, Love and Listed and stuff like HGTV show. That's the only thing I ever knew about real estate. So when I first passed my test, I called everybody. I called my mom, I called everybody, because they knew I had been studying. I was really like passionate about real estate. So I did call all my family and friends, let them know that I passed my test. So I went, you know, tried out different brokerages. That's what you do when you get your license. You go to a brokerage. You can get your broker's license once you've been licensed for 3 years. So you have to find a place to go. So, you know, I went to Caldwell Banker, Ficklin. I actually joined Keller Williams first. That's what I started with, because they offered some great training for new agents. And now I am with a company called Topstone Companies. It's in Macon, Georgia, on Ingleside Avenue. And we are actually contracting and custom building company as well as real estate. So we build custom houses and we're a real estate brokerage.
Okay. And I like the fact that, you're talking about brokers, so that means you're still evolving.
Right.
You're still positioning yourself.
I gotta get that brokerage license. I most definitely gotta get that brokerage license.
But see, that's good. And you just think, what if you had given up? And so for those who are tuning in, she said that having failed the test, and you guys know, whatever you choose to do, a lot of times you've got to, get licensed. You've got to pass those tests. You've got to study a lot because it's a lot of information. You've got to learn tax laws. I mean, what I'm saying? People tend to think that certain things are, but it's a lot involved. It's not just one thing. You got to learn multiple things.
I think people just think I just walk around showing houses all day. I'm like, girl, no, these contracts, these laws, like, this is my life on the line. I have to. These are very serious binding contracts. These are laws, basically. You almost like in the same arena as an attorney. Like, I have to make sure, and I handle money, and I mean, it's just a lot being in real estate. A lot of things you don't see, a lot of things in the background. So yeah, you have to be very knowledgeable and very on top of it.
But that's good. I'm glad you shared that, because I don't think people really realize, when you're transitioning into something like that. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. It's some people who have to be in structured environments. They want to be in corporate America. And at the end of the day, be the best you can be wherever you're at. But then also understand that when you maneuver into other things, it's not just what you see that looks cute. It's not me just posting outside saying, look at this house. Or when I look at you and what you're doing, I mean, you have strategically position yourself to make sure that people see what you're doing on a different level. You curating these videos to have them showing a certain way to attract people. So you're doing marketing, you're doing promotions, you're doing advertising, you're doing, like you said, reading contracts, you're out getting people, into just even seeing what you're doing. So, I mean, it's a lot that goes into that. So you have to be organized, you have to be structured, but at the end of the day, more than anything else, when people say, what's your game plan? You start off with prayer. You start off with making sure that you ask God first before you make any kind of moves. And to me, a lot of times we miss out on the most necessary step there is. And if you start a thing right, it's going to always end right.
Right. I'm trying to respond to people. But yes, I'm definitely grateful for my life where I am right now. And I do want to give kind of a little suggestion or to people. And you can't, I'm just going to give y'all some things I do. And may work for you, may not, because we're all different. But I do feel like mine are very effective. And if you don't listen to me, I want you to go find a mentor or an influential person. Definitely Miss Angela Lewis. Definitely listen to her. I love listening to her. I'm really glad I just want to say thank you for starting this. And I love what you're doing. I'm always going to support you whatever you ever need from me. Will and Women, we're here to support you 100%.
Thank you.
But so yeah, like I said, the first thing, if you got some little quick notes or get your notes in your phones, just write these little few things down. And these are just some things I do for myself to evolve. So this is your step one. So tonight, what time is 8:43 p.m. This is what you learned from Woman Empowered today from me, Brione Rozier. These are just some tips to get you on your road to evolving. So number one, the first thing I want you guys to do is forgive yourself. So whoever's out here listening, whatever you got going on, I don't care what you did yesterday. I don't care what position you're in right now. I don't care if you got $3 in the bank or it's negative $3 in the bank or negative $400 in the bank. I want you to forgive yourself, wipe everything clean. And I have a lot of books too. I'm gonna tell y'all these. I have my planner that I always have. So hold on, I gotta cut that. So after you forgive yourself, I need y'all to get a notebook and a calendar. Right. And if you don't want a paper one, I love writing. But if you are good with your phone or you got your laptop, use that. Just go to a document, a folder, create your folder for this my woman empowerment, this my new movement. So this is what I'm about to start. So I want you to forgive yourself, number one. And number two, I want you to get a notebook or, like I said, type it out in your notes on your laptop and write your goals down. I want you to say today, put the date on there, whatever today is, June 15th. Write the date down and write your goals. I don't care if it's 1 year goals. I usually have on my calendar first. So I put everything that I'm doing for the month in my calendar. But for my goals, I try to do monthly goals and I try to do yearly goals. And then I have my 5-10 year goals because you want to constantly evolve. I just heard, I think Sarah Jake say, once you evolve one time, that's not the end. You have to keep evolving. Right. So that level, once you get to that level, okay, it's time for a new level.
Another level, that's right.
So you're always constantly learning. You're always gonna be the student, but you're always gonna be the teacher as well. So write your goals down, get your notebook, get your calendar, because if y'all really want to level up, you gotta get organized. Even if it's some dysfunctional organization, at least you know it's your mess over there, but you know everything gets. So get yourself together. Calendar, notebook, write your goals down, and come up with your morning routine. I have never listened to, and I listen to millionaires. Any videos I watch, any podcasts I listen to, if they aren't millionaires or billionaires, they're close to it. So I only listen to like Tony Robbins. I listen to TD Jakes. I listen to Jamal Bryant, Sarah Jakes. I listen to this guy named Tom Fair. I listen to a lot of real estate gurus first. At first, I was more into like business, entrepreneur, millionaires and stuff, Oprah. But now I'm moving into listening to real estate because that's what I do now. So find you some YouTube channels to subscribe to. Just make sure you subscribe to I Am a Woman Empowered. Yes. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with knowledge, with wisdom. Make sure the things that you're listening to. I don't want you listening to Lil Baby and Beyonce all day. Change your playlist. Put on some podcasts. Even if you don't want to listen to gospel all day, listen to some Mozart. Listen to some jazz music. You really have to really involve. So I need you guys to change the things that are going into your mind every day. We can't be listening to all this mess and junk. You have to listen to whatever you put inside, that's what comes out. So when I wake up in the morning, before I even go on my phone and all that, it's time for my prayer time. And sometimes I brush my teeth and shower first. So I might not just get out of bed and hop straight on the floor, but I have to have my prayer time. I have to do my morning walk. Sometimes I jog, sometimes I walk, have a morning routine. I have to get up, then I try to do stretching. Some people, go to the gym. Some people do yoga. Just find your routine, whatever works for you. I don't care if you sit there on your porch with your journal and your coffee for 15 to 30 minutes a day. Get your routine together, whatever fits you, whatever wakes your organs and cells up, because we are still spiritual beings. So you have to get yourself in tune with what you want to become. I manifest, I say my affirmation. My kids do yoga. My kids recite affirmation. My kids recite prayers. My kids will lay hands and pray for you, because that's what I'm instilling in them. They're the type of women I want to raise. So Get yourself together, guys. That's my little tips. The morning routine, get your calendar, get your little notebook, and get your prayer life right.
Yes.
Those are my evolving tips. Okay, I'm done.
Get what you said. Boom, drop the mic because it's over with. But I love it because that's not complicated. But people make things so complicated and think you have to do so much. When bottom line, number one, you just need to be still and listen to God. Take some time to know what you want. And I love the fact that you said, get you some goals, but don't just stop at what you're doing today or this week or this month. Look out a little further, because like you said, once you hit one level, there's still more to go. We're not just living to get to the next destination. There's still more to go. So as you're looking, look at your goals, plan them out, reevaluate, assess it, see where you are. You may have hit something sooner than you thought. Now it's time to take on the next thing. So I love that. Also, you said change it up, because sometimes people get so comfortable listening to the same old people and you never grow. And when you want to be good or great or phenomenal or whatever in your chosen profession, you need to start studying people who are excelling where you want to go. And that right there was huge because, like you say, you're in the real estate arena. So you're listening to people who are doing really well because that's how you shorten your learning curve. You're able to listen to what somebody else is talking about. You're able to get some tips to help you do even better at what you're already doing. So for everybody, I hope you were taking notes. We'll go over one more time, just give them points so they can make sure they get it, because that was some good stuff.
Okay, so the first thing I said, forgive yourself. We're going to forget yesterday. You can't be new. You can't start this new day if you're still worried about yesterday, 2 weeks ago, 5 years ago, the boy that broke your heart. Forgive, let all that go. It's time for a new being. You're evolving now. So I need you to let go of that old person and say, today, right now, I am a new being. I am a new person. Recite your name. Speak it out into the atmosphere. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to go get that nursing degree, girl, go get that nurse. They need nurses right now. If you know that you're meant to be a nurse, and I don't know why you still being a medical assistant, and you know I really want to be a nurse. If this girl, my cousin, got her nursing degree, I know I was supposed to be a nurse. You better do what it takes and get in them books and get to that nursing school and sign up for that nursing program. If you know that's what was meant for you. If you know God told you supposed to start that baking business, you supposed to be out here selling cookies and sweets, and you still ain't doing it, and you know every treat you make, everybody keep calling you, telling you to make some more treats. You get on there and you get that LLC, you get that business license, you get all those supplies you need and get it rolling. It's time. Mm-hmm. So forgive yourself. I want you to get your notebook and your calendar so you can start getting organized. My notebook is what I jot down my ideas, I jot down goals. And look, I always say keep God first. On top of everything I put keep God first. Will and women, real estate goals. I'll show y'all like these are goals I write over and over again because my goals might change. I might want this 8-bedroom house. Now I want a 10-bedroom house. I got to change my goals. So constantly write your goals. Get your calendar. Okay, we got some events coming up. This was January. Real quick. This was January. I missed January. This pandemic that came through. But I try to put my classes, training, or whatever I have to do. I try to, get organized and get me a calendar. Even if you use the app, we got free apps on our phones. Put a message. I got a doctor's appointment this day, so I know I can't schedule anything. I got to go to the library. I got to do this. Make sure you get yourself organized. Then I want you to come up with your morning routine. I swear, y'all, go Google right now, successful people, or just if you YouTube their videos, all of them have a morning routine. Mm-hmm. They wake up 5 a.m. every day. They own it. They are on it. Like, I listen to them like, oh, I'm slacking. I gotta make sure I'm on it. So morning routine, that's next. And then just keep your prayer life right, guys. That's my main thing. Give God some time. You can't be anything without God. You can't, even if you, like I said, I don't want to act like I'm just this holy, I'm not a pastor or anything, but I know that I have to be connected with God. I can't make it without Him. I cannot do anything without giving Him what's His, because we are not put on this earth for no other reason but for His glory, for His will. It don't matter. It don't matter what you want to do or who you want to be. Right. At the end of the day. So, and if you don't know what it is, God, I don't know how to evolve. God, I don't know how to pray. God, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Ask Him. It's that simple, y'all. I promise you. If you ask God right now, He might not tell you right now, but it's gonna come when He wants. If you say, God, right now, tell me, what am I supposed to be doing? Why did you put me on this earth, God? What am I here for? I promise you. And can't nobody tell me He won't tell you what you're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. Won't He tell you, Angela?
He will show up tell you, baby. He sure will. You better listen. You better ask Him and figure it out. That's right.
Right. And you got to do your part. You got to do your part. Right. After He tell you, He ain't going to keep telling you. He won't keep going over and over. He done told you 3, 4, 5 times now. You better listen.
Exactly, because keep bumping your head if you want to, but until you do what you're supposed to do, it's not going to really go well. I mean, like you said, you had a successful business, but that wasn't the success God wanted for you, you know, so you had to make a hard choice. And I think that for a lot of people, they're not ready to make hard choices. But sometimes it takes saying no. Sometimes it takes saying, you know, I need to shut the door on this relationship, on this business, on whatever it is, you know, and you really know when the time is over. You know, sometimes we hang on longer than we need to, but you knew back 5 years ago, 10 years ago that this really wasn't what you needed to be doing, but you still tried to hang in there. But that wasn't God telling you to hang in there. You chose to do it yourself. Right. Soon as you released, and I mean, for those who didn't get hear it, you know, as soon as you closed the doors on your business, boom, took the real estate test and passed it. So it can happen suddenly. When you get in alignment, it can happen suddenly. So the thing about it is, we waste so much time trying to do things our way, when all we had to do is just release and surrender our will to his will, so that we can operate in what we're supposed to be doing, because that's where your ultimate joy is. That's where your ultimate, you know, satisfaction, your ultimate success, all those things come when we're obedient and in alignment. So I'm so glad you shared all that, because again, just evolving, I mean, it's powerful in and of itself to know that we're not meant to stay in one space. You look at everything in the earth, it's evolving. Flowers, you know, start, and then they, you know, they start off as buds, and then they, you know, bloom full. Trees start off small, they grow up to bigger trees. I mean, there's everything in life evolves. And so if we are created as humans, we should be doing the same exact thing. Right. So whatever you need to do, you know, I think somebody put in here about, you know, change it up, have a mentor, you know, do the things that you feel are necessary to get where you need to be in life. But bottom line, always keep God first. Always consult with God. But get you into a routine, because you're right. When you start looking at the difference between who's successful and who's not, they do the things that people don't want to do. When you in there hitting snooze 10 times, they already up. They up and they did all kind of things. Because they done ran around. They didn't have to exercise. They coffee. They done did probably a whole bunch of motivational listening and stuff. You know, they've already written out their goals and already crushed probably the first 10 of them, before you still over there trying to find the snooze button, trying to figure out a few more minutes in before I get up and do what I do. So I love it. I love it. And I'm so glad. And I you know, it's funny because, you know, I wanted to have you on the podcast, like after we talked in January, you know, some things happened. I think you went to Miami, had some other things going on, you know, but everything works out exactly like it's supposed to be, you know. And the fact that we can connect willing women empowered with woman empowered, you know, to just be able to collaborate. And your spirit is so beautiful. And the fact that you are so passionate about, you know, just succeeding for yourself and wanting that success for your girls, but also wanting to see other women, you know, achieve whatever their goals are. The fact that you are so gracious to say that just because this is my path doesn't mean it's your path, but whatever your path is, be good at it. Yes. Don't settle, be good at it. You know, stop wasting time. Make a decision and be great at whatever it is that you're doing. So for me, I mean, I'm just really very happy that we finally got connected. Is there anything else that you want to share? You know, I don't know, maybe about your journey or about, you know, where you're getting ready to go in life. Do you have anything else that you have on the horizon that you want to do, or anything with the Willing Women Empowered that you want to share with everybody?
So yeah, like I said, be sure to follow us on Facebook, and we're on Instagram too, Willing Women Empowerment. You can follow me. My name is Brione Rozier. My Instagram is Love Always Brione. Normally the old me always had something. I was like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. My hands used to be in so much. Y'all, I had a cleaning service, I had a shop, I had so much. But now the evolved Brione, I know that Brione, just trust the universe and let one thing go at a time. My hands were out literally out in everything. You saw me. I used to sell hair. I used to sell lashes. I literally cut everything out. So now I just basically do real estate. I'm like I said, I'm a licensed agent, so I service the whole state of Georgia. You don't have to just look in Macon, Warner Robins. I can go Milledgeville, Savannah, Atlanta, so we can house shop. You can sell or buy anywhere in the state of Georgia with me. and Willing Women. We had an expo planned, but due to the pandemic, I usually have a large expo where vendors come set up and people come shop. We had 100 vendors last year, and
Wow.
my goal this year was 200. And
Girl, look
so
at you.
I had to refund almost 90 people their money back.
Wow.
I had 90 vendors already, and I had some tickets sold. But I went on Eventbrite. I gave everyone their money back for our event. It was gonna be big. It was gonna be. We were gonna have it at the Anderson Conference Center, but I went on and just canceled it due to this pandemic. I didn't want to even risk, people's safety with the expo. I just said we'll pick up next year because we always have it in the springtime. It's great. So we just did a community cleanup. We just did like 2-3 Saturdays ago. And I haven't really figured out what our next event is going to be yet. I kind of got one in mind, but I'm just really trying to see how safe things are before we start doing events. I think Miss Angela kind of has, I'm comfortable getting on Zoom now, so she's kind of inspired me to maybe do a Zoom soon. So that's about it. I do, my real estate page is my name, Brione Rozier. So that's my main focus. I have contracts right now. I have buyers and sellers that I'm constantly dealing with and loving on till they get to these closing tables. So that's my main focus, just being an awesome, successful, multi-million-dollar producer in real estate.
Yes, baby, multi-million-dollar producer. Yes, I love it. Now let me say this because I know I had you, but I just thought of something that I really want to kind of share. You have really stepped up when it comes to the political arena with, telling people about voting, about, supporting different candidates that you felt like were beneficial, and I think I saw where you had made a comment about, I used to not care anything about that, but now that I'm in real estate and I'm seeing the laws and different things and how people can affect that, now you're wanting to be involved. So is that the catalyst that kind of helped you realize, okay, I need to really get out here and let my voice be heard?
I'm so glad you brought that up. See, that's why that's at the divine alignment, because I've never voted, ever. I'm 29, I will admit it. My friends, they were so mad at me all these years, like, Brione, you don't vote? You know what our ancestors did? I've got blessed out by everyone because I was like, our votes don't count. This I don't believe it. But now, like you said, I see these laws, and this is my money we talk about now with this.
Right.
With this, like, real estate is definitely tied into it. But now that I am growing and evolving, I decided to vote this year because it's very important, guys, to voice, let your voice be heard and to get involved in what's going on politically. I know, like, I used to be that person. I was like, I don't want to deal with politics. I don't. But now I see how important it is. So, guys, if you're not registered to vote, I definitely need you to get out there and register to vote. Find some, and I've been looking, I go YouTube, I go Google who these candidates are, I go look them up, and I try to get to know them myself. I was actually volunteering with Anita Howard's campaign this year, and I was working with a couple other campaigns. I don't know, I kind of feel like, Brione, are you getting into the politics now? Like, people wanted me to run. I'm like, I don't even vote. How am I going to run? But I voted now, so maybe politics might be.
Yes, I was going to say, because you know what? When I was looking through your stuff, I'm like, oh, she is really getting into,
Yeah, I am enjoying learning. I'm still learning. So maybe in about 5 years, we'll see.
That's good. So look, that's a major evolution, I'm telling you. Right. But I'm glad that you shared it because, I think I saw you when you were talking about one of your friends was like, girl, you said, well, why do people don't get out? She was like, same reason why you didn't. You was like,
right.
Still.
That's why I shared it.
But still, I'm out here this year, doing what I do. So again, it is just a matter of when you know better, you do better, when you, and then two, it speaks about your circle. When you are evolving and you're doing other things, when you get around people who are making certain decisions, who are, talking certain language, who are having seats at the table about different things, it forces you to level up. So if that's not something you've done before, now you start paying attention because you don't want to sit at the table and be the weakest link. You want to know, like you say, and Google is your best friend. Google will give you everything that you need, but it's right there at your fingertips. You know, you just got to get connected and then do your due diligence and do your own research so that you're prepared, so that you know, so that you have a good sense of what you're trying to accomplish or what's important to you. Maybe abortion is, maybe it's, you know, like you said, tax laws, maybe it's, you know, school districts, maybe it's, you know, whatever it is that's important to you. Make sure you know the candidates that are going to directly impact your life, because like you said, and then when it starts affecting your money, you want to know who's going to be
right.
vote. Yeah, I need to know, are you going to be checking the right box and voting for this law so that I can make sure my money stays flowing? So absolutely. Now put it here for the chat if anybody had any questions, anything they want to say, let me know. Outside of that, I know you shared how people can get in contact with you, but in terms of saying being a woman that's empowered, what do you want to leave? What's your last word that you want to leave the ladies with?
I just want to tell you guys to be a woman empowered. Like Miss Angela, which she stands for, it says, I am a woman empowered. So I'm going to say today, my name is Brione Rozier. I am a woman empowered, and I want to empower every woman in the world. Anyone who sees me, I hope they see the light that's inside of me. I pour it out. I want to pour it all over in Egypt. I want to go to Paris and pour it out. I want to go to Asia. I want to go to Australia and pour it out all over this beautiful earth that we have. And I just want to constantly give back. And guys, don't ever keep anything inside of you. I know people inbox, they like, Brione, thank you for telling me this. You know, thank you for, when they ask me questions, anything I know, I'm going to give. Anything that's, this stuff is not mine to keep. Somebody say, how do I do this? How do I do it? You tell somebody. It's not going to hurt you to help the next person. I don't care. Even if you don't like them, she used to talk to my baby daddy. I don't care about that. Tell that woman how to do something that's going to better her life. Be that empowered woman. And you know, that's what I believe.
Oh, look, that was good, baby. Y'all heard that? Look, don't be letting the baby mama stress you out, girl. Go on and give that girl that money, that information that she needs. And as an empowered woman, we do have to realize that they said they love you. Somebody said they were very proud of you. So you are out here making an impact, ma'am. And you know, you guys get connected with her with the Willing Women Empowered. Again, she said she's in Middle Georgia, but hey, there's so many opportunities, you know, to invite her, you know, here if you're looking for a real estate agent. But bottom line, I hope you guys walk away with knowing that, you know, as a young woman, you see that she's just really, you know, even though she's already started, she's still just in the beginning stages. So what she has coming forward from this point is going to be even bigger, even better, even greater. Hi, pretty.
One of my babies.
How are you?
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Good. Now, wait a minute. Now, is this a sister that gets the other sister together and make sure she...
Yes, this is the sister that get the sister together. This is the baby girl.
Hey, them baby girls make sure the big sister was good. She had to make sure her outfit was correct, make sure she posed up right. I'm like, go ahead on, little sister.
She keeps her big sister.
That's good. Well, again, everyone, I am the host, Angela Lewis. This is Woman Empowered. We're just getting started. Brione was, I was blessed to have her as our second special guest on, and I love the information that you gave. So make sure y'all take advantage of the tips that she gave to help you become involved, and know that, you know, in life, there's always something more, you know, and if you can just stay connected to God, stay prayerful, stay, you know, putting him first in everything, you know, write down your goals, forgive yourself, you know, move through life knowing that there's something bigger, there's something better, you know, and stay empowered as long as you know that whatever you have, whatever kind of information you have, it's not just for you, it's for anybody that God puts in your pathway, because in order to excel and grow, we've got to not only just get information, we've got to share it, you know. So don't be that girl that, you know, don't want to tell somebody where you got that weave at, girl. Don't want to tell somebody where you got the little outfit at, girl. Tell that girl where you got your stuff at. It's okay, you know. So yes, but thank you all, everybody who's tuned in. Brione, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you, pleasure. Love you guys. Thank you.
Love you too. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.